Here at HF Stevens, our campus initiatives are to engage the 21st century learner, to support college and career readiness, and to bridge the gaps in learning that many of our students come to us with. Avid supports these initiatives, for instance, engaging the 21st century learner with some of the various teaching styles that are used, the strategies. The 4 C's of 21st century learning includes collaboration, communication, creativity, and critical thinking. For example, philosophical chairs and Socratic seminars allow students to collaborate, think critically, as well as communicate with each other to learn and to reinforce concepts in a classroom. Supporting college and career readiness is huge on this campus as well. The Avid students in the classes and the site team have actually renamed our hallways after the different colleges that exist in the United States. For example, we have Lone Star Trail, which their hallway is decorated with college paraphernalia from colleges that are in the state of Texas. We also have Bayou Boulevard, and those colleges like LSU, Grambling, those colleges that exist in the Bayou area of our country, Ivy League Lane, so Harvard, those colleges are represented on those hallways as well, to make sure that students understand that we support them going to college. We think that college is important. Here at HF Stevens, we use the VESTED design lesson framework. Each letter of VESTED stands for something. The V is a view, the E is experience, the S is speak, the T is transform, the E is extend, and the D is deliver. This design framework ensures that lessons are differentiated, builds background knowledge, and it meets all of the different learning styles. When teachers are designing these VESTED lessons, they pull from the Avid Strategies to ensure that all of these things are met. The Avid Strategies really work well and fits beautifully in that framework. Teachers that have been trained in the Avid Strategies really have an easier time working through the VESTED design framework than teachers that have not. In our PLCs, we have the Avid binder that we've made for teachers that they can pull different lessons and strategies to use to meet each of those different letters. So Avid really supports and marries well even with our lesson design. Our advisory class is the class that we use to help teach students to build those gaps in learning. Our advisory committee is working well to make sure that we model our advisory class after the Avid class. In these advisory classes for tutorials, we employ the collaborative study groups. These study groups are similar to the ones that they use in Avid, the tutorial sessions, and our students run those collaborative study groups, and students work together to help each other fill gaps in learning.
My name is Stephanie Dossi. I'm the Avid president, and this is my second year in Avid. And some Avid strategies that I noticed that are used by students throughout the entire school are forms of philosophical chairs, which is students just love to debate. All students debate over the tiniest things. And another thing that I see that is used, Avid strategy, that is used throughout the entire school is organization. No matter if it's in the form of a binder or if it's in the form of a folder, most students have their stuff organized.
Hi, my name is Lakin Odom. I'm the Avid secretary, and I've been an Avid for 2 years. Some strengths that I've noticed about students in the school is that they use Cornell Notes to organize their notes, and it helps them read through their notes so they understand the material. Also, they talk about the answers with their teachers so they understand why they got the answer right or wrong.
Hi, my name is Gabby McKay, and I am not currently an Avid, but I do see a lot of Avid strategies being used all throughout the school. like Cornell Notes. In almost every one of my classes, we use a lot of Cornell Notes, and it's there to help you understand what you're taking notes over so you can go back and look at it later. Also, I see a lot of group discussions, and a lot of my classes will be given a question, and we get into groups and discuss our answers, and it helps us get different perspectives on answers.
My name is Jason Bowman, and I teach science here for the Media Arts Academy at H.F. Stevens. Some strategies I see being used on campus are Cornell Notes, quick writes, and vocabulary building. There's a big push for Avid on our campus, and for some students, I see this making a big difference.
Hello, I'm Shayna Pink. I'm the 8th grade counselor here at H.F. Stevens Middle School. One of the things that I love about Avid is it gives my students the ability to have organizational skills. As an 8th grade counselor helping them transition to the high school, I want to make sure that my students are organized. So when they come in with those binders that are so organized and so neat, it's refreshing. And then for other students, they've taken on some of the same strategies who are not in Avid. And also when I'm talking to students about their GPAs, them knowing how to calculate their GPAs, students able to tell me, yes ma'am, I've taken notes in this class, here are my notes, and being able to show me the things that they can do to be successful in a classroom and transition successfully into high school. I think with those Avid strategies, even if they're not an Avid student, those students will definitely make a great transition to high school.
Hi, my name is Alondra Corral, and I've been in Avid for this year. Some strengths that I've noticed are that Avid isn't just a class, it's a family. We depend on each other. We are very organized. We do not fight as a family. We love and adore each other. Miss Foster is like our mom. We even call her Mama. And we depend on each other for help.
Okay, I'm Hannah, and I'm personally not in Avid, but I would like to be. But some of the things that I have noticed not being in Avid is how their academics are more higher and they have more advanced than the other kids. Like, we're all on the same level, but their Avid has more hands-on work, harder work, challenging. And seeing the Avid kids have a binder and being more organized is also a great plus for being in Avid if you want to be. Also, some Avid kids, their behavior is better than others, and I think that's why people should be in Avid.
Hi, my name is Corbin Hazen, and I'm in Avid this year. And the strengths I have done better for this year is organization. Organization that we have done is binder checks almost every week, and backpack checks. That has helped me a lot ever since from last year.
I feel that some areas of strength that Avid has are the college readiness program. I've seen that in our school by students and teachers wearing college shirts and promoting the awareness of the different colleges within our state, as well as also implementing the college readiness. For example, Cornell Notes, collaboration, research, and organization.
So I believe that one of the greatest areas of strength that Avid provides is not only for teachers but for students is the organizational aspect. The fact that if it's being implemented properly, all Avid students and even other students have a place to put everything. They have a binder where everything goes, everything is organized. And not only does it teach the student to keep themselves organized and prepared and everything has a space, but then really when you think about it, on the flip side, it helps in the management for teachers, and especially as new teachers come in and they're learning their styles of management. If they can implement these Avid strategies with the organization in their classrooms as they're getting started, it takes care of the discipline issues, because you're not wasting 10 to 15 minutes looking for something out of a jumbled up backpack. You're pulling a binder out and everything's organized by class and everything has a space to go. And so the organization has benefits both for students and teachers.
Hi, my name is Kelly Manuel. I have been an Avid student for 2 years, and I say that I've always loved Avid. Avid has always been a family environment for me, and I have enjoyed it for the past 2 years I've been in. Now, what I do say, Avid, there's some growth areas that it needs, honestly, and I say that one of the students, I feel like we should always stand out, because from what I've been told, we are the best of the best and we are at the top of the top, and we should hold ourselves to that, and we should hold ourselves in a way that makes us feel like we are great students. And if we don't hold ourselves to that, we're not going to look like what we are held up to, what our standard is held up to. And I also feel like that Avid is made to be a difficult class, but this year it hasn't been as difficult as I had wanted it to be, because last year it was a little more difficult with more projects and a little more challenges. This year it was not like that. So I hope that in the future in this school that it will be like that.
Hi, my name is Lakin Odom. I'm the secretary of Avid, and I've been an Avid for 2 years. Some areas that need growth in Avid is funding, so we can go on college tours. We love to go on college tours because it helps us show scholarships and what the college is about, and to show us what we're going to be living in a couple of years.
Hey, I'm Matthew Crump, and I know I'm not an Avid student, but I see a lot of Avid uses that are not being used properly. Like, for instance, Cornell Notes. A lot more teachers should be using Cornell Notes. Another instance is organization. I think that a lot more teachers should help us organize our binders in a way that they see fit. Like Miss Ibarra, she helps us organize our binders in certain ways so that then we can find our notes, we can find our homework, we can find our vocabulary or anything. Then there's also collaboration. I think that a lot more teachers should be using collaboration as one of the methods for teaching.
One of the areas that I see that needs growth in Avid on our campus is we need more teacher buy-in. A lot of our teachers are using the Avid strategies already. They just don't realize they're Avid strategies. So I think with a little more information, they will embrace it a little bit easier. Along the lines of sharing more information out to those teachers, I've used Blackboard this year, a website, things like that to get some more strategies out there. I posted a lot of the Avid Weekly stuff that they could use for philosophical chairs and Socratic seminars. I've also shared out a great app for the kids to use. It's called My Study Life, where they can put in all their assignments and they'll get a reminder on their phone when something is due. Again, it really comes down to just sharing that information in an easily accessible and better format.
Hi, my name is Marley Mobley, and I am the 7th grade assistant principal at HF Stevens, and I am over Avid. And I love Avid, and there are just a few areas that we can grow here at HF Stevens, and one of the areas that I feel that we can grow is professional development with the teachers, and I'm going to take leadership of that over the summer to make sure that we plan some dynamic, hands-on, Avid professional development for the teachers to make sure that they know how many different amazing strategies are available to them through Avid, and also that they are aware of when they are doing Avid strategies that they can document it and let the Avid site team know, so that way we do have documentation of school-wide implementation. Another area for growth I would like to see is decking out the school and the hallway, the cafeteria, the common areas with pennants and Avid documentation, and maybe allow the students to have some role in Avidizing the school and the hallways as well. And just some other things is I would like for the students to be more aware of what Avid is and the benefits of Avid, and how it's not necessarily just for the students that are in Avid, that we are an Avid school, and that everyone in the school, including teachers, can benefit from Avid strategies as well. And so those are the top 3 areas that I plan to focus on growth for the Avid program, which would be beefing up the professional development, Avidizing the hallways, and selling the benefits of Avid to the whole student and faculty alike. Thank you.
Some Avid strategies we see by our teachers are we collaborate, we do group projects together, we do interviews, we also do Cornell Notes in some classes when we do units for science, history, sometimes algebra or math.
An Avid strategy I see implemented all the time will be Wicked, and it's the I and the C. It will be inquiry and collaboration. They've helped me because we do a lot of group projects, and we talk to our teachers about what we're having troubles with, and it helps you a lot because you get to work with your fellow classmates and your teachers to make you a better person.
Hi, my name is Titus, and I've been in Avid for about 2 years, and one of the main things that I see teachers doing like Avid does is Cornell Notes. Ms. Sanchez, Ms. Ibarra, also Ms. Duran, all my teachers that I mainly have that are actually using or that are the main courses like math, science, history, and reading, they mostly put my notes in Cornell note form so that I'll be able to find my information or anything that I need to know that's important in order, and that really is useful for me, so I can actually find my subjects that I need help in.
I see lots of teachers using Avid strategies across the campus here at HFS Stevens. One of the biggest things that I notice is the use of Cornell Notes. What I observe is that each content area modifies it just slightly to fit their content area. So, for example, the traditional columns of your left-hand thin notes and then your wider margin on the right-hand side works really well in your content areas like science and social studies with the summary at the bottom because there's stuff to talk about and it's content related. English teachers, though, by contrast, will use it quite a lot for vocabulary. They might break it up into 3 different columns, and maybe that summary, if it's content related, like we're talking about plot structure and such, there's academic language. So that kind of a summary is going to be very different than maybe vocabulary that they're pulling from the novels that they're reading. Consequently, they might have to apply those vocabulary words in a summary related to the essential question. that they've been asked regarding, like setting, for example. How do you change the setting? Use this language in your summary content at the bottom of the page. Which leads me to another thing that I see a lot of teachers using, and that's essential questions. They have them written on the board. That kind of frames their learning and what they're talking about, and then they use that as an exit ticket at the end of class, which allows them another opportunity to write. So I think that this year we've really tried to implement writing across the content areas a lot. And then of course there's collaborative grouping. I think a lot of teachers are using that in various different formats.
Hi, my name is Melissa Stornelli. I am the instructional coach here on campus. I've been asked to tell what strategies I see implemented the most in relation to Avid. I would say single-handedly the Avid strategy that is utilized the most by teachers is probably Cornell Notes. When I go into several of the classrooms, I see that teachers are utilizing that template. Now, I will say that the implementation is not consistent within each classroom. By that, I guess I mean that some of the teachers use it just as the format is just a note-taking template, while other teachers use it, they may utilize the left-hand column, or they may utilize the summary section at the bottom, where other teachers don't. So I will say that while teachers are utilizing Cornell Notes, it's not always, I guess, implemented with fidelity across the campus.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Ward, and I am the Math Instructional Specialist here at H.F. Stevens Middle School. I see lots of Avid strategies implemented within our classrooms, but the ones that I love to see the most are the Cornell Notes. Students are able to organize their thoughts and organize the information presented to them in class by the utilization of Cornell Notes, and they are also able to utilize quick writes. They can summarize their notes at the bottom, or I love that teachers implement the quick writes by way of our exit tickets, which is a campus-wide initiative here at HFS.
Avid has made me such a way better student. Like, I went from a 2.6 GPA to a 4.0 GPA in 1 year. And it was simple strategies such as TRFs, grade point calculations, because TRFs, they help you do a lot of stuff, like a lot of problems that you're having trouble with, that helped me become a better student. Grade point calculations, that helped me become a better student because I saw where I was and I saw where I was having difficulty at. And, and Avid is just like, it just makes you better. It's like, but it only makes you better if you want to be better. You have to pursue a better you.
I think one of the Avid strategies is the organization rule and the Wicker rule, because it has helped me personally, because in the beginning of the year I was like a hot mess, and since I was an Avid, I started putting everything in order, straightening up my binder, everything, and then after that I've been keeping up with my papers. I haven't lost any of them, and I'm really glad that I followed that rule.
The Avid strategies that have helped me go from a 2.5 to a 3.8 all this year is the 75 and above, and the TRFs. Those really helped me a lot with my work, getting those done, and if I'm not, Ms. Foster gets on me a lot.
The Avid strategies that have helped me grow this year are the GPA calculations, because those help me figure out what my grade it was for the marking period. And another strategy that helps me is definitely like the binder checks, and because that helps you stay that helps me stay organized, because I'm everywhere, but that helps me stay organized definitely.
Dennis Greer, H.F. Stevens, Texas History for 7th grade. Some of the Avid strategies that have helped me grow personally this year have been using the Cornell Notes, using the different acrostic patterns and different little strategies with my students as we're doing different history assignments and covering all the eras, as a way to not only focus on main points, but to break information down and organize it for them to help them better understand what they're doing.
Using Avid strategies in the classroom has helped. Mostly, I would say the most beneficial would be Cornell Notes. It helps me keep my notes organized and consistent across my classes. It also helps my students stay organized and consistent. Regardless if they're an Avid or not, we use Cornell Notes across the board, and I think that that's been the best strategy thus far.
Hello, my name is Jamie Foster, and I'm the Avid Coordinator and Teacher for the 2017-2018 school year. Today I'm going to talk about the grows and the glows of Avid. First, I want to start with the glows. Particularly, I want to focus on three things. The first thing I want to focus on is my tutorial groups. I feel like my tutorial groups were so much better this year. I had two fabulous tutors. One is still with me, the other, she got a job in China. And these tutors were so serious about tutorials. They held the students' hand to the fire, especially with the reflection questions. And I just saw reflection questions become so much better, writing in complete sentences and being specific. So my tutorials went very well this year, as well as my collaboration with the math department with my tutorials. They jumped on board. They supported me with tutorials. They gave the students content to bring to tutorials. So my tutorials was a definite glow this year. Also, I want to talk about my site team. I do have 20 site team members, but I had a site team within a site team. And I just really am thankful for those 5 to 6 members that really helped me out this year. They were always present at the meetings. Anything I asked them to do, they did it above and beyond their site team job description. And I just really love that little site team within the site team. Very supportive this year, and I really, really appreciate them, and I really needed them. Another glow, I would say, is that we finally got our hallway banners done, and they are extremely beautiful. Thank you, Ms. Moravix, for creating those banners for us. They are absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait for them to be displayed in the hallways. And those are the 3 glows that I'm very happy about this year. Next, I want to talk about the grows. I would definitely have to say that a grow that needs to be developed on campus is teacher buy-in. Avid is still not where I think it should be on campus. I have been an Avid coordinator and teacher for 2 years, and although I've seen some progress, I still don't think teacher buy-in is where it needs to be. And I feel that in order for teacher buy-in to be effective, I think administration needs to be more visible. In every training class that I go to, every summer institute that I go to, they always specify that in order for Avid to flourish, it has to be an administrator's vision. If it's not an administrator's vision, it is going to be difficult for Avid to flourish on any campus. So what I would like to see is more teacher buy-in, and in order for that to happen, I feel that administration needs to be more visible and supportive in the Avid process on campus. Our administration, they have so many duties, and I know they are overwhelmed with duties from central admin, not only from that, but just duties, campus duties. And so I know that they try their best to be visible with Avid, as well as juggle their duties that they have for central admin and campus duties. But I would like to see them be more visible with Avid, a little bit more supportive when they can. If somehow we can plan together or make time to make Avid more visible on campus, and to get teacher buy-in, you know, maybe I could sit down with the administration and just speak to them about teacher buy-in and see what we can do together to make Avid work on HF Stevens campus.